she was speaking in tongues. At least I think so. Hey, what's up everyone? I'm back again with another video, and I just want to share this story. Down the line, I do want to talk about faith more, some of my personal experiences, and especially where I am now with my faith. I am Christian, I am a believer. I don't really talk about it much because I'm still like kind of, still learning about it, and yeah, trying to experience more. But I'm gonna take it back to, I think it's like 1999, maybe the year 2000. Me and my brother, I think he was about 7 or 8 at the time. We would spend our weekends at my grandma's house. My parents would send us there just to spend time with her because she lived alone. But my grandma, she was a devout Christian, like the most Christian person I've ever known in my life. And like when you come from a Samoan family, we always have afi afi, like the evening prayer around 4 or 5, right? But this one time, it was like, I'll never forget it. It was the first time I ever experienced something paranormal. I say paranormal, not, I mean, at that time, it looked scary, but as you understand, people who are deeply in the faith, it's not so scary. So this specific prayer, one evening, me and my brother were just, at that time, we're not really paying attention to what she's saying. My grandma didn't speak English. She just spoke Samoan, right? So she's doing her prayer in Samoan. And if anyone's been around Samoan people and their prayers, especially during afi afi, it's a long as prayer, like to the point where you can't focus. Some people are like half asleep. But this time she was praying. We're not really paying attention to her, right? And then I just noticed she goes silent. She was silent for like 5 seconds, and I looked at her. I'm like, Grandma? My brother just looks at her. And then she starts talking again, and it's like this completely different language. It's like, at first I thought maybe possibly she's just falling asleep. It wasn't Samoan because it was just like, she was literally talking with her tongue. Her tongue was kind of coming out. Um, uh, her mouth wasn't really moving, but it seemed like her tongue was moving, like trying to talk. And I'm like freaking out at this time. I'm like, Grandma, Grandma. My brother's looking scared, right? He's like kind of like shocked. This happens for about another 5 seconds. So 5 to 10 seconds, she's talking like that. We're just frozen, eh? And then she stops again. And then the Samoan just comes back. She starts speaking Samoan again, like nothing had just happened. That was the most freakiest thing I'd ever experienced at 9 years old. Like the first supernatural experience I've ever had. As I got older and like you kind of learn about faith and stuff like that, and there's this thing speaking in tongues, right? And then it made so much sense as to why that happened. A lot of this is my dad's mom. I told my aunties about this, like her daughters. One of my aunties that's passed her, she said, "Oh, Grandma, she never spoke in tongues." She's like, it was Samoan that you heard. And I'm like, nah, it wasn't Samoan. Like, I know what Samoan sounds like. Like, that wasn't Samoan at all. It was because it wasn't really like words. Though it was the way that she moved her mouth and stuff like that. That's the freakiest part. Like it wasn't the vocals really. It was just the way she was vocalizing, like her mouth and stuff like that. That was the freakiest shit I ever seen. My brother, when I bring it up to him, he doesn't really remember it anymore because it was so long ago. But man, that's one of the freakiest things I ever witnessed. But my grandma, man, she was so she was deeply in love with Christ, and her faith. And I'll never forget it. She was the first person that introduced me to that faith. And I never thought, you know, growing up, I was more like I was a agnostic, then kind of borderline atheist, like close to atheist. But then 2016, 17, that's when I really knew that this thing is real late. And I'll be talking about it more in my next few videos coming up soon. But yeah, thanks again for watching this, and have a great night.